Hey guys, good morning if you're tuning in Australia, and good evening if you're in Europe. Ed Jones, time for Detour podcast. We're joined live again from Hungary with four-time national road champion from Australia, Johnny Trevorrow, and he's had a big day. Now, I'd organised these times for a number of reasons. One, it gets the show done early in the morning in Australia, and you've got a whole day to preview stage two. But two, it cuts into John's night time. So he can bunker down, he can focus, and he can worry about the podcast instead of like the old iffy days. He just stay up all night. Bang. Job to do, John. How did you go with the mix?
I'll tell you what, it was an amazing day, Daniel. I know you haven't got me, but there have been pressures. I mean, by the time we finished, got into buses and whatever, and got back here, it's been a very, very late day. So we had to quickly have a meal, race back here. We grabbed Matty White, but it just didn't quite happen to have a bit of a chat after. But will be the last time that happens. I promise you we will have post-race interviews every day. But it was an amazing stage. We had some wonderful iffy detour stories, which I'll go into shortly, to even make it to the stage finish. But that all adds to the flavour of the detour.
Now, you did get some pre-race interviews. So what we'll do is we'll show a couple of those, and then we'll get into the mechanics of what happened on the day. Now, the first one is, of course, team owner Jerry Ryan, and this was Jerry before the start.
Okay, so now about to head down to the start, but with me I have team owner of Bike Exchange Jayco, Jerry Ryan. Jerry, it's been 2.5 years since you've been able to get over here to watch a bike race. How's it feel?
It's fantastic, just to see the guys again. They are family, and it's pretty special. But looking forward to the next 3 weeks, and I think we've got a fair good chance of taking it off. No pressure on Simon, but he's very confident and has gone close before. But let's take each day, each stage. And I did bring some special wine over, and I said it's only to be opened when you get into the pink or you win a stage.
I love that old footy analogy, mate. We'll take each day as it comes. But, of course, the Giro has been pretty special for the team. You know, it's become a bit of a quest for Simon. He's gone so close. This year, all the numbers seem to be saying he's going to be a big, big chance.
Yes, he's experienced campaigner, and as you said, his numbers are the best he's ever produced. So let's wait and see. And his teammates, they're in good condition, and I certainly want to be there and get him up there on the podium, at the top of the podium, come 3 weeks' time.
Now, we all get excited. It's been 2.5 years for me as well to be over here, and we get excited. We feel that we are part of the team as team mascot. But it must be very, very special for you because it is your team. You own this team. You build it. It must give you an enormous sense of pride.
It does, but it's our team. I might sit at the head and put a few dollars in, but it's no iron team, and it's our team.
Thanks, Jerry.
I like at the very end, he mic drops you. Normally you get it. He's just gone, nah,
done.
We're done.
Done, dusted. Piss off, John. That's fine. Yeah. But you know, Dan, you've worked with Jerry for a lot of years, and you were very part of the team. He loves that line. There's no I in team.
That's right.
He's always said it many times.
He's very big on culture, Jerry. He's very big on.
I got to tell you, we've been here for a couple of days now, and to watch Jerry walking around catching up with everyone in the team, the mechanics, the soigneurs, it's just really. It's a beautiful thing to watch. He has got a genuine love of this bike team. It's pretty special, actually.
I used to love it was very different having a team owner like Jerry, because you'd hear stories of other teams, and when the team owner got there, and everyone had tightened up, and there's a very small part of that when Jerry got there. The bus might have been a bit extra, cleanliness. They didn't give him special treatment with the sandwiches, because I remember one day he opened one up in the middle of the tour, and it was crab meat with a bit of mayo, and he was like, "What is this?" But I just remember it was just like having one of the boys around, and that environment.
Well, yeah, which today, because I opened up my sandwich and had ham, cheese, and salad, and Jerry's only had salad. He said, "I think they're trying to tell me something."
Now,
Anyway.
another person you caught up with pre-start, because you are in the Bike Exchange JK bubble, was Simon Yates, and this is what he had to say.
Okay, so the guys are about to head down to the sign-on for the start of stage one. We're only 20 minutes away from the start, and we've got with me the head honcho for Team Bike Exchange JK, Simon Yates. So Simon, you must be excited, mate.
Yeah, excited, nervous. I think there's that sort of nervous tension you always get at the start of a Grand Tour, but I think we're just looking forward to racing now. We've had a couple of just been resting really and preparing for the race the last couple of days, so looking forward to starting. And
do you have any concerns for today? Any worries?
I mean, it's always stressful. The first days of a Grand Tour, they're always hard, especially being in a different country here as well. I think that adds a little bit of stress, a bit of tension. But yeah, I think the guys are going to look after me well. So in that regard, I think we're all good. Just need to stay safe and arrive at the finish.
Now, it's always interesting when you have a finish like this. It's 5 kilometres, bit of a hill, but it's not classified as a sprint. So that means if any time you lose, it's counted. So if it splits and you lose 5 or 10 seconds, that could be crucial.
Yeah, I mean, for these sort of finishes, I'm more worried about there being crashes and not being able to close the gap rather than being splits in the bunch, I think. If there's a crash at the bottom of the final climb, nobody's waiting for you, and it's very hard to close the gap within such a short distance.
Now, the Giro has become a bit of a quest for you. You've gone close. You ran third last year, but 2018 was, that year where you dominated, and we won't go into about those things. But it all started, I reckon, right back, I think it was 2013, when you rode the Bay Crits and set you up to become world track champion.
Yeah, exactly. It was really great preparation then. My first time in Australia, and look, here I am now on an Aussie team for my whole pro career, so for sure it takes me back.
Good luck today, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Couldn't help yourself. Could not help yourself.
I couldn't. But one of the sensational guy is.
You're either slipping in the Bay Crits or stuff about that you're the team mascot. They're the two things that you got to get in to interviews. But let's get back to the race.
But there is one thing. I actually said to him that I was worried about the race splitting in that finale. He said, "Oh, no, I'm not worried about that." Well, it did split, and he lost 4 seconds on Carapaz. But anyway, we won't go there.
Well, we've got a couple of live comments. Jan Boardman says, "Great start to the Giro. So sorry for Caleb. No one's fault, though. Bidding so close. Mathieu Van der Poel, too strong. Unfortunately, wish I was there." How many bottles did you manage to give out today, John?
One.
And Karen Jones, yay, Bay Crits. Now, Karen, John, Lexus of Blackburn Bay Crits, please. You got to get the name right.
Exactly right.
Take us through the day, Iffy. Massive crowds.
It was absolutely amazing. We had Tommy Faludi, a really good friend of Jerry's, parking with us, who, as we mentioned last night, is Austrian, and he was very proud of the fact that the Hungarians have come out en masse to watch it. The crowds were as big as I've seen at a Giro. They were Tour de France plus. So it was amazing. And we had to do the bottle point at 1:30, which was like 60k to go. And as you can see here, they're all racing. So it was two of my mate Gianni Savio's team. Oh, there's a few guys down there, a little touch of wheels. That was the one in the finale there.
Yeah, it's in the finale.
Yeah. But and here we are. We're coming in. We're looking at the vision now for those who are only listening on the podcast. To that last
talk to
5K.
the pictures for him, John. Talk to him.
A great finale. A great finale. So there's the Upperson Phoenix boys on the front trying to keep it together for Mathieu van der Poel. And there were a couple of moves up the road, but they were never going to be successful. There's only one person everyone was talking about, Mathieu van der Poel. But hey, Jerry said to me about 10K to go, who's going to win it? And I said, look, I think Mathieu van der Poel, but I like Gourmet. I think Gourmet will be really close. And I won't cut out Caleb. And if Caleb had stayed on his bike, he would have been a 1, 2, 3. So I was very proud of my predictions. Great finale, fantastic stage finish. And I felt for Caleb. He absolutely rode.
It's a weird crash. It's a weird crash.
Yeah, look, it was... At 200 minutes to go, I thought, you know what, he's going to win this. But he'd spent all his bickies. It was everything. And in the end, he just ran to the back of Gourmet's wheel. So Jan Boardman said it was no one's fault. Well, actually, it was only one person at fault there, and it was Caleb. But he just hit the wheel. It was just a real shame. He would have ran third in the stage. But he's okay. I was just reading notes from his team, and yeah. But I can tell you, there was no actual elation from Mathieu van der Poel when he hit the line. He spent every bicky he had to get there. And look, that was a great finale there.
And then you see the crash. It's just,
bang down.
Clip of wheels. Not much in it. But the problem is with those crashes at lower speeds, you can actually do more damage. Collarbones.
Yeah, no, he's lucky. He didn't do the shoulder, so he's definitely starting tomorrow. So I think we'll see some great sprints out of Caleb over the next couple of days. But gee, yeah, what a race! And tomorrow we've got the individual time trial in the heart of Budapest. It is going to be. Look, the crowds will be ginormous. And they go right out over the bridge. It's a shame. I love these time trials, but I like them when they've got the start and the finish close together. But it's not. They starts on one side of the river and ends up on the other. So, but we'll be following the guys. We'll be in the team car. So I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Well, we're going to have a quick drinks break. When we get back, plenty more detour to come.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match. But not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours, and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace, with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. Bike Exchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
Feel more in every moment. The all-new Lexus NX.
Fun fact, you can make cycling part of your next Let's Go adventure. With a bike, you can enjoy and explore even more places. So, feel the wind in your hair, book a bike, enjoy the outdoors and see more with a Let's Go motorhome today.
Thanks to Bike Exchange, Let's Go Motorhomes, and Lexus of Blackburn. Now, if you want to check out Lexus of Blackburn, go to lexusofblackburn.com.au, and same with Let's Go Motorhomes, letsgomotorhomes.com.au. and support people that support cycling. That's the key, Iffy. They've been big
It
supporters.
is the key, mate. They are great
number of
partners in cycling and in the detour. I mean, Leicester Blackburn, they sponsored the Bay Quits. They've sponsored the Women's Herald Sun Tour, Melbourne and Warrnambool. They've been great partners. It's Grace Brown and Luke Plapp. Luke, who was riding the Leicester Blackburn team, ended up getting COVID, not starting, but that's another story. But they are fantastic. The Andrew Moore and the Moore family are just wonderful people. They've also got a dealership for another brand down in Warrnambool. So if you live down in Gippsland, go and see them. But yeah, fantastic partners, and the same with Let's Go Motorhomes. I mean that's part of Jerry's wide range of businesses, but if you want to go and see, and it's so popular at the moment, go and see Victoria or Australia, get down there, get a Let's Go Motorhome. They're absolutely amazing, beautiful way to travel around. So great partners and great sponsors, so support them.
Now we've got another live comment from Rick Jagger. Don't know if he's related to Mick. Gourmet really made Mathieu van der Poel work for it. Mathieu van der Poel to win tomorrow too. Make sure you don't drink Italy dry, Iffy. Now that is a great story because, geez, like that would have obviously been history for Eritrea. But geez, to come so close, and he's just in sensational form, and he's so young as well. And you look at the cult following. Like you remember Dan Tekla-Hymanot when he was at the tour and had the polka dot jersey for those 3 stages. I think it was 2016, 2015. He literally had a ticker tape parade for that.
Yeah. This is another level. I mean, he is something serious. And you're dead right because he did make Mathieu van der Poel work for it. And he is going to be, well, he already is becoming a superstar. He just signed another 5-year deal with Demarche, which is amazing. And look, I think we're going to see something special from him over just the next few days. That's how good he is. I don't know about Mathieu van der Poel winning the time trial tomorrow. I reckon he'll be up there, but it's going to be a wonderful race. I know it's only a few seconds, but the fact that you had 4 GC riders gain 4 seconds today, Bilbao, Kelderman, Richie Carapaz and Malema got 4 seconds on all of the other GC contenders, including Simon Yates. I'd be worried about that. I think Simon will actually take more than 4 seconds out of Carapaz tomorrow, or today for you guys. But still, it's a concern.
But is that come down to positioning in the final there? Because you saw it in the interview. You're talking about it. They're aware of it. I know in the early days, the Yates boys, they used to love sitting at the back, and that was their style. And they'd move up when they had to move up. But, is that just come down to positioning there? Like, how does that happen?
Simon doesn't do that anymore. He does sit further up the front. The team's riding very well for him. He wasn't. I watched it when they come around that corner. He wasn't that far. He was only about 3 or 4 lengths behind Carapaz, so he seemed to be in the right spot. But it's all just split a little bit in that last 200 meters, and Simon and quite a few others lost that 4 seconds. I know where I would have been. I wouldn't have been 4 lengths behind. I would have been on Carapaz's wheel, not 1 inch behind it. But anyway.
Now, I did give you a challenge as well, Iffy, because I wanted to know about the local cuisine and requested a video. But I knew
we're in the bubble. We're in the bubble, so we just are eating the team meals. But I have put that challenge to Vaz, and he had some wonderful photos of this amazing restaurant we went to in the heart of Budapest yesterday. But he's fallen asleep on the job and hasn't put them up to you, so he's apologising. I can see him in the background now.
Tell Vaz if he's struggling with workload on stage 1. Strap yourself in, son, because that period of 13 to 18 is a shocker. Now, I knew you'd do that, so I decided to go to a Hungarian restaurant in Caulfield South. It's called the Little Hungarian Restaurant. They have some Hungarian wine known as the Bull's Blood, So make sure if anyone is in the Melbourne area, get down and check them out. I was talking to the staff about the Giro, and they were super pumped because the lady there, her father still lives in Hungary and was there for the team presentation. He was just absolutely chewing at the bit.
Sensational. Oh, well done, Dan. You've stepped up. Hey, what happened?
I did. So
the
little Hungarian restaurant. And the foods were amazing. Like I got the mushroom soup. A lot of, because it was freezing here in Melbourne, so there's a lot of soups and stews and all that sort of stuff. And they're really big on schnitzels. So I got the
yes, we had that. We had a beautiful schnitzel.
The cordon bleu. I had the veal, and then you got the cream spinach and the the potatoes, sensational. So, but just such nice people, the Hungarians, like real warm and welcoming. So,
and I always thought of goulash, as a few others in my camp, as like a stew. But goulash is traditionally a soup. It's goulash soup. So it's beef done in a special way in a soup, which we had, and we will show the photos tomorrow because Vazzy has got some wonderful photos of the goulash soup. But unfortunately, you haven't got them, Dan. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Now, one other thing, like obviously in the comments, a lot of people were talking about Caleb Ewan. You said that he's fine. We did say, early stages of Grand Tour, it is nervous, it is stressful, but this is becoming a bit of a pattern for Caleb. He's had a number of crashes early on in a Grand Tour. Do you think this comes down to nerves, or is it something else? Or
No,
it's just
not
bad
at all.
luck?
Look, he's a great sprinter. Two completely, different circumstances, and it's easy to put those things together. I think he just did a ride, a special ride today, and he just had spent every penny.
On the limit.
I could say he was on the limit, and he just hit the wheel. It just, he rode above himself, and I could 200 meters to go. He would have thought, I can get this, and he just didn't happen. And look, it didn't. He was going to finish third, I reckon, but he was. He spent. It was only 20 meters, 30 meters to go, something like that. But just one of those things.
Rich made another good observation. Is Dan actually the one in Hungary and iffy in his bedroom in Australia? Can't work it out. Now, with the time trial, it's not that common where you have like a sprint stage and you have such a short TT the next day.
No, unusual.
Are you a fan of that? Normally they'd sort of wait 3 or 4 days to give like a sprinters team or whoever won the opening stage a couple of days to try and defend the jersey or whatever. Whereas this one, it's pretty much like, if you thereabouts on the first day and you're a time trial specialist, I mean, that's your chance to wear the leaders jersey.
Normally that time trial would be the first day. It would be called a prologue. And it'd be a couple of days shorter. It is a bit different. It's got the least kilometre time trial kilometres in the history of the Giro, I think, and in the last 40 or 50 years anyway, while I've been looking at the Giro. So, that probably suits the climbers a little bit. I don't think it suits Simon Yates so much at the moment. He's time trialing very well. Did a great time trial in Paris-Nice, just a couple of weeks ago. And I would expect him to go a bit quicker than Carabas tomorrow and get that 4 seconds back and a little bit more. And I think he'd like another longer time trial coming up. But it's very different this year. The final stage into Verona is a time trial, which is the same as when I rode it just a couple of years ago, 1981, finished with a time trial into the beautiful arena in Verona. So, look, but this bike race is just beginning, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful race. And Simon is in great condition. And the team are looking very, very strong around him. It was great to watch them at dinner tonight and the way they all walked out together, telling stories. They're all in great spirits.
Yeah. Now, obviously people are wanting to know what the next chances are for sprinters like Caleb. So we've got the time trial today. I'm just trying to share a screen iffy. So we can have a look at a few of the stages coming up. Hang on 2 seconds. There we go. So that's obviously the where have we got? This is the time trial today. This is thanks to Cycling Tips.
Yeah, stage three. Stage three is a ripper. That'll be one for the sprinters for sure. And then definitely not stage four.
They don't wait too long. Obviously, that's
Mount
when
Etna.
they get stage three will obviously still be in Hungary, and then they head over to Italy.
And then we have an early rest day, so we all head down to Sicily, and stage four is Mount Etna. So that will be a very, very much a GC battle in the early part of this race. So we've got stage four to have a race up Mount Etna.
That's early.
Serious. Yeah, very early. And then on stage 9, we have the Blockhouse stage, which is a really tough finale. And there it goes there. So, of course, the last week of this Giro is a monster week. So, but this race is going to be down to 4 or 5 people, I reckon, by stage 4.
And the only other time trial is right at the very end.
Yeah.
Into
Verona. Yeah.
And how many Ks have we got for the final time trial? 17.4.
Yeah. So it's, as I said, the least amount of time trial in kilometres in a Giro, I think, ever.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. Who's your tips for the time trial, Iffy?
Look, I think someone said Van der Poel, and he, with the yellow jersey, the pink jersey on his back, I said I wouldn't put all my money on him, but he probably will take it out. I don't think we've got any Aussies who are going to challenge him for this one. So, yeah, I'll go for Van der Poel. 2 in a row.
What about Almeida?
He'd be there. But Van der Poel.
Okay. All right. Now, before we go, you love telling Iffy stories. What happened?
Yeah, look, we're very interesting day. So we did the last bottle drop, 130K. And you know what it's like. It was middle of nowhere, hand out, got one bottle away. And then we had to, there wasn't many roads to get in front to get to the stage finish in front of the race. So we did about 3K, did a right-hand turn on the worst roads I've ever seen. There were holes. They weren't just potholes. One of them, which we just missed, or if the wheel had gone down, it would have taken the whole front end out of the car. And we started diving in and out around these roads and got to the place where we could get onto the course with about 20K to go, just in front of the lead car. I mean, it was so close. It was one of the old stories, with the cops there. We raced around and he sort of didn't know what to do. Woof, onto the course, just in front of the lead car. So we managed to get up to the stage finish just in front of the race. So, yeah, one of those, and Jerry in the car with Vaz and Tommy Faludi, our Hungarian mate, who's been a great asset when we pull up and he starts asking for directions in Hungarian. Oh, that gets a bit of a surprise. But it was one of those days. But a fantastic and a fantastic finale. The crowd, the whole last 5Ks, was as good as you'll see anywhere, up to as all of that. It was amazing.
And that's why it's good when all 3 Grand Tours are doing it this year. They start in a different country. And that's where you get that excitement and that buzz, and they pack it out. My tip for stage 2 is Tom Dumoulin. I think he's going to put in a pretty big performance. How does he look? He
looks slimmer. I think 9K is a bit short for him to he's normally would be winning if it was 40 or 50K. Is the type of stuff that Dumoulin would go well in. It's a big question mark. If you're talking about the GC guys, he's probably one that there is a question on. I think Carapaz and Yates Almeida have been the three that most have us talking about. Roman Bardet is up there in the high. Miguel Landa, they're whacking him in, but he normally seems to find some way of getting into trouble. Yeah. Your mate, Superman.
Lopez. Rick Jagger reckons Affini will do well in the individual time trial as well.
Yes, so he will.
Rick's onto it.
And Jai Hindley, he's still in with a chance for the overall. He looked quite good today. Yeah.
All right. Well, now you've got a challenge tomorrow, John. What are the two things that I want?
Food. Review.
Yes.
Yep.
And second one, more importantly?
Some really interesting after race interviews with people who know what they're talking about.
That's it.
It's simple.
That's it. Tell Baz to pull his finger out.
Pull your finger out,
Karen Jones says it would be great to wake up to you guys every morning. Well, it's definitely happening every stage of the Giro. 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if you do have any challenges for content, just fire them away. YouTube.com/The Detour Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you go get some sleep and tell Vaz it's a big stage 2 of capturing content. See you tomorrow, guys.
This is the winning ride of the Tour de France.